Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing great. I am doing fabulous today. If you're new here, my name is Couscous. Welcome to the channel. Here we talk about postgraduate studies, we talk about traveling to the UK, student life in general, we do a bit of vlogs and everything fun. So welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm hoping that you're going to subscribe before you tune out, and you're going to also watch this video till the end. Today's video is about the question and answers that you guys send to my Instagram, my WhatsApp, everything that has to do with traveling to the UK and your flight, your accommodation during quarantine, what you should do, what you should pack, how you should pack your items, and everything about traveling to the UK. So that is what this video is going to be about. If you know that you're going to be traveling this autumn from September, October, especially those who are coming for studies, postgraduate studies, undergraduate studies, you need to watch this video because I'm going to be answering all your questions. Do well to subscribe. Do not leave without subscribing. And as a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your constant support. I'm so excited that you're here again, and that's why I am also showing up just for you guys. You guys remember that we post every Friday at noon. Do well to share every new post from this channel. Share it on your social media, your Instagram, your WhatsApp, your Facebook, your Twitter. Share it because the more you share, the more it gets across to people. Okay, so I'm just going to stop talking and let's get right into answering all your questions. Now, somebody asked me, when is the latest time advisable to enter the UK considering one's resumption date? That question is very important, and my answer would be as early as possible. Okay? For instance, if your resumption date is 15th of September, and you know that you have to quarantine between 7 to 10 days depending on your country you're coming from, you have to take that into consideration. It will be advisable for you to come in, quarantine, and finish. Now settle in your accommodation before you resume school, because when you resume, things happen really fast. You're going to first start off with an induction which may last between 1 to 2 weeks. After that, lectures, and then you also need to do your registration. You will need to settle in, especially for those coming to UK for the first time. You will need to settle in, get used to the environment, even try to visit school, try to know, how do I travel to school from my accommodation? How much does it cost me? You go to school and see, so that when the induction starts, you will not be confused. Okay, so what happened to me was, although I applied for my visa on time, it didn't come out on time. So I was in Nigeria when my induction started. It was a mess, guys. It was a mess because I was trying to shop for items that I needed to travel with, and then I was trying to attend induction, and the internet was not helping me. So I missed a lot of vital information during the induction program that I ought not to have missed. If I was in UK, even if I was quarantining in UK during the induction, I would have good internet, and then for those who were done with their quarantine, they could go into school for induction. And during induction, they would do like campus tours, take you around the campus, get you familiarized with so many things that you need. So you need to arrive in UK at least 2 weeks before your course start date, if it is possible. 2 weeks before your course start date is ideal. But if you're a scholarship recipient, you may not be paid any money during that time. So you need to use your funds to cover the expenses for those periods. But it will pay off, because if you come in the middle of the term or when things are already started in school, you may be confused and you may miss a lot of things. Okay, it was difficult for me. The only thing that helped me was I had a colleague who arrived here on time, had quarantined, and when I arrived he had finished his quarantine, so he could take me through things, try to explain things to me, because guys, things happen very fast here. So that's what you should take into consideration. Now, a lot of you have been asking me for the banks to use in UK, student-friendly banks and all. What I can say is, I think that most banks are student-friendly. But just take note that as an international student, you would only be allowed to open a current account and not a savings account, because you will need to stay here for a number of maybe months or years before you can be allowed to open a savings account. So every account for students in different banks are current accounts. I'm going to list out the banks available in UK, and then I'll tell you the bank that I use. They are not sponsoring this video. I'm only just sharing my experience, and I'm not saying this is the bank that you should use, you must use this specific bank, because I am not going to take liability for whatever happens, okay? I'm just sharing my experience based on the fact that you guys asked. So we have the Santander Bank, we have Barclays Bank, we have Lloyds Bank, we have NatWest, we have those are normal brick and stone banks, normal banks that have buildings, but we now have virtual banks like Monzo and Revolut, okay? Virtual banks like Monzo and Revolut. So I opened my account at Lloyds Bank. And what did they ask me? All I needed to do was go to their website. I navigated to opening a current account. I saw the requirements. I filled the form. They are going to ask you for your address, your date of birth, your details, and then you would input. You started opening the account. Now, I don't know what is applicable in other banks. I'm sharing what is applicable in Lloyds Bank in London. Even the requirements in Lloyds banks in different cities may be different. Now, after filling the form, they sent me account number automatically. So I had an account number, and they asked me to come into the bank with my BRP, that's my biometric resident permit, my status letter, which is a letter from your university confirming that you are a student. This letter is from my university. I didn't have to go to school. I just went to the student portal and printed my status letter. Those two things were what they asked. Remember, I already have my account number after filling the form. So you are just going to the bank to submit this document, and they will now activate your account. Now, I remember that it was up to like 3 weeks before when I printed my status letter. And then, no, it was up to a month. I printed the first status letter I printed, it was about a month ago. When I took it to the bank, they told me to print a new one. And usually, when the day you print your status letter, that is the date that will be on the status letter. So I had to print a new status letter that had the date, the recent date, and I took it to the bank. For me, opening a bank account at Lloyds Bank was very seamless, and I have never had one issue with that bank. I use the mobile app. I do my transfers there. So transfers within UK is free. Now, I did an international transfer to Nigeria with my Lloyds Bank, and international transfers, they charge you £9. I was charged £9, but I didn't have any issue. It has been very seamless for me. I'm not trying to advertise or promote Lloyds Bank. After all, they are not sponsoring this video, but I am only telling you that I have used Lloyds Bank and it has been very seamless for me. No issues. Another bank that I have used is Monzo Bank. Monzo Bank was the very first bank I opened because you're quarantining, but you need to make transactions and you cannot go to the bank to submit your documents. And if you came with cash, you will still need to deposit. Most places in London do not take this cash, so you may need to deposit that cash in a bank account so that you can use the card to make transactions. Now, that is where Monzo Bank came in for me. So what I did was I downloaded the Monzo app, I registered my details. When you register, they will ask you for your biodata of your international passport, and then they will ask you to do a short video of yourself mentioning your name and your date of birth or anything related to that. So, and then you upload, and then once they approve, they will tell you that, hey, your account has been approved and we will send you a card within 48 hours, and they will send you a bank card to your address within 48 hours. That bank card, you can use it to make online transactions, and that is what I used to make that's what I used for like the first 1 month of my arrival before I even went to Lloyds Bank. Chevening pays my stipend into Lloyds Bank because when you open a bank account, you have to send it to your program officer. Remember that when you're coming, they're going to give you, as a Chevening scholar, they're going to give you a cash card. That cash card, they will put the money, your arrival allowance, and first 2 months, so that you can now settle in and open a bank account and now give them the account details. So I gave them my Lloyds Bank account details, and that's where they pay money into. I don't use my Lloyds Bank card. I just keep it there. I use the app. Whenever I need money, I transfer from my Lloyds Bank to my Monzo account because I use the Monzo card. It's very seamless for me, okay? So that is it for banks. And then another one I already said is Revolut Bank. So basically, Revolut is the same as it's a virtual bank, and the good thing about Revolut is that you can have different accounts for different currencies. So in my Revolut account, I have a dollar account and I have a pounds account. They even have like Turkish lira account and different countries like that. So you can be able to convert your money, transfer your money into different accounts depending on where you are. Basically, that is it with the banks. If you want to open, I think what I'm going to do is put the link to the description box to this video for these virtual banks, Monzo and Revolut, so that you can click and open the account, download the app and open your account. Okay, that's basically the banks that you see. Guys, I use my Monzo and Revolut account more than I use my Lloyds Bank. The only thing I do with that Lloyds Bank account is Chevening pays in my stipend there, and that's it. I like the virtual banks. They are very efficient. I don't even know. Let me stop talking. If they want to sponsor me, please sponsor me. Monzo and Revolut, if you guys want to sponsor me, come and sponsor me, because why am I advertising for you guys for free like that? Okay guys, so somebody asked me, what is the cap for Chevening with regards to income? Chevening allows you to do part-time job because you're entitled to 20 hours of work time in UK with a Tier 4 student visa. But now I'm just going to read out the terms and conditions. It is there on the Chevening website, so I'm just going to read out for you guys. So Chevening says extra income up to and including £3,000 over a 12-month period will not be subject to a deduction. Okay, extra income in excess of £3,000 and up to and including £7,000 will result in £250 deduction in monthly stipend. So that means if you're earning between £3,000 and £700 of additional income within a 12-month period, Chevening is going to deduct about £250 from your monthly stipend. Extra income in excess of £10,000 will not generally be allowed unless such funding is to cover a scholar's contribution where an award is subject to a fee cap or is a partial award. For instance, if Chevening is funding you partially, that means they are not covering everything. Or if Chevening has a cap on your program, for instance, MBA, which has a cap of £18,000, you can afford to get an extra funding of up to £10,000 or more. That's the only two instances where Chevening will allow an extra funding of more than £10,000. Okay, so that means you can work and do whatever you want to do, but then if your income is between £3,000 and £7,000, they deduct around £250. Okay, now apart from taking the COVID test, you would be advised, your school would send you a contact tracing form or passenger locator form, depending on where you're traveling from. They will ask you to fill that form. Please fill that form, and they'll tell you to fill it either 72 hours to your arrival or 48 hours to your arrival. Please fill that form, because you will be asked to submit it at the airport when you get to Heathrow. If you do not fill that form, you may be fined up to, like, I don't know, but I think it's up to even £1,000. Please fill the passenger locator form from your country. Take it in your hand luggage. If you don't fill it, print it out, fill it, carry a pen, print it out, fill it in the plane, so that when you arrive at Heathrow, you can conveniently give them. Okay, if you are a scholarship recipient, that your award letter, print it out, put it in your hand luggage. Your address, know your address, know where you are going to. If possible, carry evidence of your address. Okay, if you have paid deposit, carry it. Carry your admission, unconditional letter of admission, carry it in your hand luggage. And what else? I would say that the biodata page of your international passport, print it, put it in your hand luggage. Why? They may not ask you for all this at the airport, but you wouldn't know. Sometimes they want to see it at Heathrow. At the immigration pass, they want to see your proof of payment. Hey, carry your proof of payment. I didn't say it is. Carry your proof of payment, okay? They would want to see, like, your proof of funds. How are you funded? If you submitted it for visa, carry it. Carry everything. Because I remember at the immigration's point, when she was asking me for your letter of admission, I showed her my contact tracing form. They will take that one from you. Every other document they will just look, but your contact tracing form, they will take it from you. And then she now asked me for proof of funding. Immediately I showed her my final award letter. She was like, oh, you're a Chevening scholar. I said, oh yes. And then it just made matters easy for me. So if you're a self-funded student, carry your proof of funding, okay? Whatever thing, affidavit, if your name is not the same in all your documents, carry it. In fact, you need to go back and watch the visa video because we've said a lot of all this. What I'm trying to say is, please, all the documents you know they are going to need, put it in your hand luggage. Do not put it in your check-in bags, because you're not going to see your check-in bags until after the border. Your check-in bags is when they allow you pass. You can now go and carry your check-in bags. So please carry these things in your hand luggage so that they are very handy and readily available for you. I know that a lot of people will be worried about their BRP. Please, that visa that is stamped on your passport, it allows you to stay in the country up to like between 60 to 90 days. Read your visa. All these things are there. Your visa shows you how many hours you're allowed to work and when you should collect your BRP. Valid until blah blah blah. When you should enter the UK, when you should collect your BRP. Okay, your BRP, you collect it where you had submitted, where you had inserted in your visa, either maybe your university or the post office near you. I think, okay, my BRP, I sent it to the post office near me because it was closer to my accommodation than my university. You have on between 60 days to collect your BRP. It will be stated there. Because of COVID, it was extended to up to 90 days. I don't know if the rules have changed now, but that's what you need to know basically. So guys, that's the questions I have been able to answer for you guys. If you have any more questions, drop it in the comment section. I hope that this video has been helpful to you. Let me know in the comment section. If you're still watching and you are yet to click the like button, please click the like button at this point. Remember to always watch the ads in this video and also subscribe if you're yet to subscribe. I'm gonna pause right now and wait for you to subscribe. Have you clicked the subscription button? Now that you have clicked the subscription button, ring that bell beside it. Ring the notification bell so that when I post, you don't miss notification. Abi, are you not enjoying this content? Let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed this content, if you enjoyed the video, if it was helpful. Let me meet you if you're a first time. My name is Couscous. If you're a first timer on this channel, please drop your name and your location in the comment section. Let's get to know each other. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. I wish you all the very best. If you have any more questions, come on, I'm here for you. Okay, do not do anything in ignorance. Seek for information, and the information I share are all over the internet. But if you think that it is so stressful, come and ask me and I will answer. Okay, I also offer coaching services and a lot of other services. The link is also in the description box. If you want any collaboration or partnership with me or on this channel, please send me an email and we will get talking. I will catch you guys in my next video. Take care of yourself. Bye bye. Now, another question somebody asked me was Chevening cap. I think I haven't even checked the answer to this question.